Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the newest X-Men 97 episode, episode 6 of season 2. I am ridiculously excited going into this week's episode. This season overall has just been fantastic and really living up to my expectations after a damn near perfect season 1 in my opinion. The way this show is willing to go all in on like the comic book elements, but it also feel like it always adapts like the true themes and elements of a story, even though this show like mixes and matches comic book stories and stories with like the original animated series. It's really impressive that I feel like it always captures like the core elements of a story, even when we like essentially super condense like years of comic books into a single episode. It's just so impressive, so I can't wait to see what's in store for this week. If you are new to my channel, though, this will be more of a watch along than a reaction, so if you'd like the audio and or full video, you can sync up with your own copy of the episode. If not, you can see it blurred behind me and read the subtitles below me to follow along. I will just give us a countdown and we can get right into this episode. Three, two, one, start. Alright, we should be good to go. Oh, episode 1 of this show. I guess this, yeah, slightly different takes. Yeah, but I essentially more of a reboot than actually the first season. Mm, that's the first tease of Polaris in the first season. So, are we gonna follow up on Polaris? That would make me happy. The X Factor episode in general, or I guess X Force episode, was really great in my opinion. It was very standout episode for Jubilee, but also I love seeing Polaris because she's a very old comic book character, with a pretty rich history, and I'm interested to see how this show adapts her. Especially if we delve into the whole Magneto of it all. Um, because this show is willing or is able to do things like really draw on the connection between Rogue and um Kurt, for example, Nightcrawler, even though in the comic books for a long time that is not really properly addressed that they're essentially siblings. Um, Also that Forge title card is sick as hell. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a more personal look at Polaris's history than we ever did in the original series. Oh, fucking the spinning head in Genosha as it charges to attack after I think that was after Magneto got taken out. Oh, man, we're really gonna have to relive this moment. It was a lot less emotional the first time because I just like I couldn't believe this was actually happening. The fact that they're folks I don't know if I talked about it in that episode, but the fact that they were so focused on the psychic connection between them, this could very much lead into Onslaught. I think there's a real chance Charles brought like Magneto's mind into his own before he lost his body, and now there's gonna be a nightmare sequence or something. Oh, not quite. Man, reliving that experience. Is he just trying to? God, is this how Danger Room's gonna awaken? Oh man, this it's kind of painful for Charles. Fail. Yeah, I think this is going to be the cause for Danger Room Awakening is all of this emotion and pain. Oh, yeah. I wonder if we'll touch into the more dark side of Charles with Danger Room. Yeah, show something. Oh god. Oh, and he still does have the helmet. I thought so. Maybe scene with Polaris putting on the mask or helmet could be pretty hard. Oh, he doesn't have the helmet. It was just a simulation. He might still have it at the house, but he doesn't have it on him. Are going some Polaris. I believe in the promotional image for this episode, it was a shot of Polaris, and then we had seen Danger in the trailer. This is Friends of Humanity, right? Vibranium. How the fuck did you guys get vibranium? First, they had Sentinel Tech in the first season. Man, their Friends of Humanity is really leveling up in this show. Ooh. Unfortunate for you guys. Polaris is an absolute problem. Oh, her movement as well. The green signature for power is honestly one of the coolest in the series too, I think so far. I love the yellow they use for Magneto, but the green is so striking. Can just sink in their asses. I think she's a bit sick of your shit anyways. The final judgment. Just fucking taking it. Who's Havoc stopped her though. I honestly wouldn't put it past anyone taking out these fuckers. I honestly don't blame her. Not only is she super frustrated, do you? Yeah. Haven't acknowledged. Oh, there they are acknowledging. I don't remember if they did it in the original series. I only remember I think the origin they told in the X Factor or X Force episode. Are they gonna try and cage her now? Oh, just dismissed. I would have not just let her go free, to be honest. And you're currently rounding them up. Oh, the X-Men are back. A little bit late, but they are back. This is actually the most. I do like that as well, Storm being a leader. Casual X-Men child soldiers. Oh god. Uh the Danger Room's gonna be a problem, I think, because if I remember that storyline in the comic books, he starts out kind of as a villain, or it starts out as a villain. Is everyone training in the Danger Room, or is everyone trapped in the Danger Room currently? Hmm. Aw. Aw, cute. I'm also very much on Jubilee, I think why she's back as well. That shot of the three of them is horrible. That is true. It has not been easy for mutants in Shinosha, that's for sure. Morph turning into Reed to play jump rope is horrible. I love this conversation so much. That is true. No, I don't think in any continuity he's ever raised her, to be honest. Oh. Oh. So fair, fair. Oh, so while the main team is off going to Genosha, I think Danger's gonna Oh, that didn't take long. A wing. I think that was the one that was summoning the birds. Oh, what a fun way to use their powers. This show does such a great job. Oh, it's beating. But I don't think it was their fault. Oh, God. Oh, that is actually just straight up facts. He is kind of not a complete outsider. He is still very much like an X-Men, but uh yeah. The danger's going off of exactly what Xavier said to them. I'm pretty sure. Ah, careful there, Bishop. Yeah, he does come from a very different time. Speaking of, uh, chill out, Quentin. Good work, Bishop. To be fair, two adult. Speaking of video game, two adult X-Men should be able to handle the danger room for the most part. Oh, the voice. The change in the voice versus. Oh! Whoa, that blade attack from Polaris was sick as hell. Dude, the way she collected the metal. Man, fucking the danger room realized, oh, we gotta get the big threats out of the room. Let's just not remember Polaris as well. Prime Sentinels. Oh. Oh no, she does got it. I forget if Magneto was able to control them or not. I know he was able to shut him down with EMP, but God. Very fun character study on. Oh, man, she's not even just going for straight for the mental attacks as well. Bit of teamwork together. Oh, and we have danger. Here she is. Bishop is fucking hilarious. Oh, Hit her with like that fucking chi blocking combo. Oh, I was wondering. Oh, because of personal beef with Professor? That's fun because Bishop isn't from this time, so I feel like the average person probably wouldn't have a ton of knowledge about him. And then she is not a part of any team now. Oh, we're in the I think the Morrison outfits. Honestly, at this point, he's gonna. eh. Honestly, this version of Magneto, I don't even know he's. It's a danger. That wasn't information we needed through. Charles realizing what's going on a bit. Ooh, I like her design quite a lot. It's also crazy year for Danger. She got in Token, and she got in the fucking animated show. I remember that from the trailer. That's so fun. We're gonna get to see Charles take care of her. I assume it will come down to Polaris, but God. Was it Polaris's energy that she absorbed that helped her fully evolve? Was that what it was? God. We are actually getting a fucking Charles fight. They always cook with his psychic powers and when he infiltrates minds, but we're getting a full-on fucking battle. Bro, hit her with a fucking goblin glider. That is true. I wonder if we're gonna get to the point where Charles is just walking around. 'Cause it's been decades in the comic books. About right? Fucking hitting the Thor. It should be light work as long as you stay calm. Don't let her fucking rage bait your ass. God, that's a diabolical way to look at your parents. Go. I love the use of Jean's power in this episode. It's almost like she's mimicking the others. Like, that's very much like a storm, like, wind tornado. It reminds me of, their combo attack at the end of season 1. Oh, just fucking reforming. Okay, so she can take any sort of, like, psychic or use of the mutant powers and the teamwork and everything is so well done in this show. A lot to learn about your dad. Trying to be better. Oh, using his episode 2 speech. Oh, dude, that line almost that hits. Wave of an ocean. Mm. Oh, the shot of you know, overloaded her shit. Oh my god, that hit and that gave me exactly what I wanted about Magneto, like, actually warn him. Oh, X Corp what we're doing. Interesting. I was wondering if they might do, like, New Mutants, but instead of Magneto leading them, have Lorna lead them. Ooh, that outfit on her. And we do have to worry about Apocalypse coming probably back. Yeah. Athens. Oh god. Is this a follow-up on the coffin he took earlier in the season? And this is the Apocalypse ritual. Or not ritual. Make his horseman. That energy, it is. Oh, even the cards changing. Is he gonna get his classic design? Oh, it's actually sort of different. It's Actually, he might lose his part of his outfit and let the hair down, but interesting design. I quite like that. Because even I think Marvel Rivals even just dropped and showcased his like more classic death design. I'm wondering if they'll fall in line with that, or if this is maybe a different iteration that I've never seen before. That also could be. I forget exactly if he immediately looks like that. It could be something he takes some time to go into. I'm just used to like the angel type transformation that you see most often, where he's like immediately goes into like archangel. What a fantastic episode! I love this. Honestly, I really enjoyed the Wolverine episode. It was so fun. This honestly works really good as a follow-up though, because even though it is a kind of its own thing, focusing on danger and things like that, it is very much a character study on both Polaris and almost the death of Magneto and the impacts on both Charles and essentially his one of his daughters. I really enjoyed how, because I get how retroactive a lot of this information is. I don't know if they ever acknowledged that Magneto was her dad in the original. There's a good chance they did, but she just has some weird history with Magneto in the comic books. Like, I think she's introduced as his daughter, and then it turns out to be like a fake scheme, and then she ends up being his daughter again. But like, as she said in this episode, I don't think any iteration that he's ever really been a part of her life like that. So I liked it how she learned about Magneto was through Charles and his powers. I feel like very comic booky and just kind of a cool concept for her to learn, because that would teach her about all sides to Magneto, both the villainous and, as we saw, like the side that very much wanted to be better and that we had evolved into, which was just incredible. That sequence of her getting all the memories and Magneto's voiceover, I absolutely love. Like I low-key I like a little fucking tear in my eye when uh the first dialogue line in it's I'm trying to be better. Yeah, this line. And that's from his speech in the Trial of Magneto episode when he takes him up into the sky. And that is one of the peaks of X-Men 97 even to this episode, like current day. Episode 2 of season 1 was incredible. That one, I cuz like the first episode was incredible, had some awesome action and thing, but when I saw episode 2 of season 1 of X-Men 97, I was like, "Oh, this show is something special." So I'm glad that they I feel like they understand that, and like they've really built up Magneto's character so well that so I like how even after his death we get to feel the impacts of his character. Um because that was probably my only complaint about last episode is we like essentially didn't like it felt like a very standalone episode. Like we didn't touch up on like anything from Apocalypse or anything. It was essentially just the only like non-filler thing, I hate to use that term, but was Wolverine getting his claws back was like the main part of that, and some character introspection on Wolverine. But the episode itself was fantastic, so I didn't mind. But this episode I feel like flows a little bit better as like a continuation of this season. And it's interesting this is how we got X Corp, because I think we saw it in one of the trailers or something. I at least remember someone talking about X Corp during like a trailer breakdown or something. So it's interesting that that's the direction we go. I thought that was because this is a team from the comic books, but I don't believe this is at all how they form in the comic books. I think it's kind of its own separate thing, but very interesting. I love how we're building out the different teams and how they work differently. Because I feel like that's a concept that doesn't often make it into adaptations. We usually just focus on the X-Men. Maybe some like X-Force references and stuff. But I love that we're fully going in on like all the different teams. I love these outfits. I don't think they are my favorite in the entire show. I think honestly the original ones from like the beginning of X-Men 97 are my favorites, but I do really love these outfits, and especially I think it looks really good on Cyclops. I like this Charles outfit quite a bit actually. Also, that scene of Charles fighting, like, using his chair and all of its capabilities was so much fun. Um, Everything with Lorna this episode was incredible. I if you couldn't tell during the second episode, I very much enjoy her character, and it's not someone I've got to spend a lot of time with in, like, actual adaptations and stuff, so it makes me so happy, her getting all the like, an entire episode focused on her largely. And then the teasing of, Death, and Gambit coming back is really good. So that coffin sequence that they showed in, I think, the second episode, this season, it was definitely Gambit, and that's he is awakened. So we're very much building out. I think we have 3 episodes now left. I think we have 9 this season. We have 9 or 10. So I imagine we'll probably be locking in on the apocalypse stuff, like, fully and going into that story. I don't imagine we'll have too much side type content now. Um, I would really love to know you guys' thoughts on this episode, what your favorite moments were, and just your thoughts on the season in general. I feel like the highs are just as high as some of the ones in season 1. I do think the actually, I don't know. I would probably put the Gambit episode above the, like, Rise of Apocalypse episode 2 in this season, like, but that one was, like, an all-timer, like, that goes up there with, like, episode 2 and 5 of season 1, was episode 4 this season, and in general, they've cooked with Apocalypse. In a couple episodes, they've managed to make Apocalypse cooler than, I think, any adaptation, or really any version I've even read before, because the way they adapted, like, Rise of Apocalypse, which as far as I understand, is much more of a Fantastic Four storyline. So redoing that with the X-Men going into the past is really fun. And the development of Apocalypse as a character in general was super well done. I'm interested if we touch on, like, any of the Krakoan Age type stuff, because that is they kind of hinted to it when Rogue was talking about Apocalypse, and he or she hopes that he finds love at some point in his life. And Apocalypse does have a wife and kids, I believe. Um, but that was largely during the Krakoa age, which was only like 5 years ago or something in the comic books. So it would take a while to reach that point, but a lot of that stuff is in the past. So I'm interested if they ever delve into that and uh at all. And because that could be maybe a reason that Gambit was the reason, like, they got brought back as Death. It could have been like a favorite of Rogue in a way, or that whole conversation with her. I just love also, like, Apocalypse taking some of Magneto's, like, what he learned from Magneto and, like, using the words back on him in that sequence is really cool. Um, but yeah, I loved seeing Lorna go from the X Factor team to back to an X-Men more properly. Also, like, the little sequence with her and the X-Men was so cute. Her coming back. A lot of her banter and everything was super, super good. Um, Also that scene of Mr. Fantastic in the back was really cute. And then I'm glad to see these. We didn't see them sadly use their powers too much. I hope at some point we do, because these are a lot of cool characters that are introduced in this room. But I love seeing more of them in general. And if you don't know, I believe I forget what I think there's a lot of this group is a couple different teams. Um, he's a wielder of the Phoenix Force though at some point in the comics, and I believe he's like more of like a rebel type character, which maybe makes sense why he's like kind of going against the X-Men's like opinions a little bit. Also, that the combat and power usage in this episode was top notch. I loved like the blade attack from her right there. But yeah, I will catch you guys all next week. I will have a bunch of anime reactions and other animation reactions on my YouTube channel if you care to check that out. If not, I will be posting every episode of X-Men 97, as this is probably one of my favorite Marvel projects we have ever gotten. So I can't wait to see what we have in store for us next episode and how they build up Gambit as Death. But other than that, I'll catch you guys all later, and peace.